Hey guys, am greased here. What is that? Did I rub a cheeseburger on my forehead? Like, what the hell's going on? Today, I'm gonna do a bit of a rant. Now, if you're coming home from work, you're coming home from school, you don't want to hear a rant about Destiny, then just move away. Most of my videos are pretty funny, pretty goofy, pretty positive, but I've become very frustrated with one thing that I want to talk about. Okay? Can I somehow get the grease off my forehead? Please! I want to talk about a couple of things that have been annoying me lately with Destiny. It's really just one thing that I've noticed over and over and over again. And I think it's the biggest thing that is impacting this game's Crucible experience. Now, the Crucible experience needs some work. And I'm going to make a video with my thoughts on how to make it better. Right? There's going to be some positive content here in the future. I know. Maybe I shouldn't rant, but maybe I should. Maybe I should talk about this because I have a feeling that a lot of you feel the same way. And what I'm about to say is going to click in your brain and you're going to go, yes, that is why I feel the way I feel. It starts with change. It evolves into annoyance. And then it devolves and mutates into resentment. And that is going to be the discussion here about Destiny 2's PvP experience. Change, annoyance, and finally, resentment. Now, you can argue there are many annoying things right now in the Crucible. I mean, Thundercoil, pretty busted. One-Eyed Mask, pretty busted. Do I have any OP weapons in here that I can complain about? Hey, you know what? Not too bad. But throw in a Mountaintop, throw in an Orwing's Maul, throw in a random Aerontil fusion rifle, when used properly. There's a lot of annoying weapons that frustrate a lot of players. For a long time, hand cannons was one of them. People hate hand cannons for some reason. Well, not everyone hated hand cannons, but people were frustrated with hand cannons because they were so good for so long. Notice what I said there? People hate hand cannons because they were good for so long. And that is the entire basis. You see, there are many powerful things in Destiny. Beautiful, unbelievable builds you can do that make you feel like a god. But sometimes something comes out that is too strong. Much too strong. One of them that started out was One-Eyed Mask. One-Eyed Mask came out and was absolutely busted. It would give you an overshield in your super, and everyone complained about it within the first week or so. Now, it was new. It was brand new. People were trying to enjoy it. Not many people have it. It was new. It was frustrating, but it wasn't this overarching, unbelievably busted thing that everyone had access to. It was one Titan in a lobby every 5 or 6 lobbies. But then a couple of weeks go by, and there's more of them, and a couple of months go by, and all of a sudden, the majority of players that are playing on Titan have this mask. Now, when they nerfed the super health generation, that was actually pretty quickly. You know, a month and a half to change that, I think. I'd have to go back and look at the patch notes. But they did change that relatively quickly. But it was still incredible. The mask was still insane. And it's been a year. It's been a year of it being insane. And that's where the problem really starts to show up. It was frustrating at the start, but only a couple people had it. And then it was annoying because a lot of people had it. And it's continuing to be annoying 3 months in, 4 months in, 5 months in, 6 months in, 7 months in, 8 months in. And then it gets to a point where I fucking hate it. And you hate it. And that guy hates it. My neighbor hates it. Everyone fucking hates it. It's not annoying. It is this vicious. My mouth is foaming like a rabid dog when I see One-Eyed Mask. And I hate it. It has gone from the annoying to I resent it. I am so angry that this is in the game in its current form and that I have to use it because if I don't use it, someone else is using it and someone else is abusing it and I get shit on. And then I use it myself and I push in and I murder 5 people in a row and I get overshields and I can see through walls and I get mad at myself. I hate this thing so much. I despise this piece of gear so much that it actually impacts my day. Which probably shouldn't. Maybe I'm a psychopath. But you can see this longevity of something being annoying. It stops being annoying and it starts being a problem. It starts being this toxic thing that people despise. And the issue is it keeps happening. Over and over again. Mountaintop. Recluse. One-Eyed Mask. Bottom Tree Striker Titan. Bottom Tree Dawnblade. Over and over again. Month after month after month. And they're not annoying. I fucking hate them. It gets so annoying for so long that it's tearing me apart, Lisa! And I think this is the biggest issue with Destiny. Supers were busted for a long time. There are multiple weapons that are currently busted. There is multiple exotics that are currently busted. I recognize that they have mentioned they're changing One-Eyed Mask. And I recognize they actually nerfed supers. They're still incredibly strong. You can baby them. Absolutely much more. If you team shot them, you can deal with them. But they're still very strong. And the super generation is still pretty good. And, you know, the issue, the thing that is so frustrating, is a lot of the changes, they don't have to be big. You don't need to rework the stats on One-Eyed Mask. You don't. Make the duration of Marked by Vengeance 3 to 5 seconds, instead of 15 to 20 seconds. Make the duration of the overshield half of what it is. If the enemy Striker Titan is able to run towards you without even thinking, you can hit him with a shotgun shot, a melee, a grenade, and 2 hand cannon shots and he doesn't die. That's probably a problem. And if you compare Destiny 1, where you could pretty effectively 1v1 someone in a super, and compare it to this game, where now that super is giving health regeneration and continuing, and they're all roaming, you can see these issues, and it doesn't have to be a crazy change. Bring down that armor value sooner. If the damage on a gun, like the Recluse, is so high that the damage is so high that the time to kill is so much lower than any other gun in the game, change the damage value. I understand. I'm not a coder. I'm not a game developer. But an integer, like, can they not change an integer value? I don't know how much research they need. And I'm not trying to call out Bungie and say, you guys need to do your job. But it just seems odd to me that they can't scale down the damage by 2. If it does 25 damage to the body, can you just make it 23? So it requires 1 more bullet? It's really fast. It kills super fast. Can we just tweak things and stop waiting 6 months, 9 months, a year and a half to change some of these obvious frustration points? Because it goes from this new frustrating thing Like the Mountaintop. When the Mountaintop first came out, it was not a big issue. Not everyone had it. Not everyone knew how to use it. And then it got annoying. And people started realizing, oh, I don't even have to kill them with the Recluse. Or the Mountaintop. I'll just shoot it at their feet and then finish them off with Recluse. Right? And they figure out those tactics. And that's really starting to get annoying. But then it's months. It's months of it being a problem. And now we hate it. We need to respond to these things faster. Before I'm sweating in videos, angry about some of the balance. Like, and it doesn't have to be huge. As I said before, you don't got to rework perks, you don't got to rework supers. If we just change some of these values so it's not as lethal. Or if something's underperforming, bring it up. Right? There are some weapons that are still abysmally bad. Bring it up a little bit. Right? I'm not calling for nerfs of everything. But any sort of balance changes that happen are 4 to 6 months apart. And sometimes they don't hit the mark with them. They swing way too far one way. Or they bring something way too far up. Alright, I stammered over my words. I had to cut the video to come back to this point. But sometimes when they make these changes, they miss the mark. And the frustrating thing is then you have to wait another 6 months for it to get fixed or changed, right? If you look at my Spare Rations hand cannon, it had a 36 meter range. Was that too high? Sure. Maybe it was too high. Absolutely. Let's just call it too high. So they bring it down. And they brought it down hard. My range is like 28 meters now. Maybe 29 on a good day. If I slide. But they also buffed pulse rifles. And they also buffed scouts. And they have now not brought the hand cannon to here. And this up to here. They did this. And they flipped the meta. And they changed the meta. And now it's a pulse rifle, scout rifle meta. And hand cannons in their intended range are still amazing. If you're good with hand cannons, you will still kick ass. But why couldn't we just bring them to even? Why couldn't we bring down the range a little bit, buff these a little bit? It's like these huge swings every time. Can we please do some incremental changes and see how that impacts the sandbox? Because things keep getting broken and go way too far. And then we have to wait 6 months, and the whole resentment thing happens over and over again. The Recluse is too strong. And the thing is it was so strong for so long, and they're like, all right, well, we'll change it, we'll nerf it a little bit. It did nothing! If anything, with all the weapon changes, Recluse is better in this sandbox. And it's gonna be better for 6 months! I already hated the Recluse. I despise it. We gotta be faster. We need to be faster. Because I can't take a couple more months of this game not changing. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.